mystical being. Welcome to my channel. My name is Hayley. Thank you so much for allowing me to join you on your journey today. And if you are returning mystical being, thank you so much for coming back. Your presence is always greatly appreciated over here. So today's video, I'm sitting down and chit-chatting with y'all about my own personal unpopular opinions about the zodiac signs. So I have my laptop here. I have them all written down, so I'm going to be going through them. And just a little disclaimer, these are my opinions, my research, my experience. These are not set in stone, so if you have a different opinion or agree with me, let me know in the comments down below. But yes, before we get into this, I want to announce I did start a little Facebook group. If you'd like to join, I'll have the link in the description box below. And it's called the Mystical Beings Coven. And I use the name Coven, but it's really just a community for us to connect with like-minded people, share our spell work, share our activities, connect with one another. It's something like that. So just request and I will let you into the group. And I already have some stuff posted there, some spell work and research you can read that I've posted. If you enjoyed the video, of course, like and subscribe. But let's get into this now. So to set this straight, because I know some of you may wonder, what are my signs? And my judgments here, my opinions are based off of the sun sign. I'm thinking of doing like moon signs and rising signs in different videos, but this is just sun sign only. My sign is I'm a Virgo sun, Scorpio moon, and Gemini rising. What a mixture, right? So these are just my opinions. It's my opinion! Okay? So my first one is, I actually really love Scorpios. Sue me. Sue me. I know all of you think Scorpios are players and selfish and rude. They're not. I don't know what it is, but I will just be getting along so well with someone, man, woman, whoever they are. And I'll be like, what's your zodiac sign? And they're like, oh, I'm a Scorpio. And I'm like, oh my God, I love Scorpios. Every single time someone is a Scorpio. And the Scorpios I've known personally are great people. Like, they're friendly, they're funny, they're really intuitive, they're trustworthy. Like, Scorpios are great. So I feel like maybe the people who just don't mesh with them, I don't know, maybe it's just because your signs are different. Like I said, who they are as a person also has to come into account. But every Scorpio I've met a lot of Scorpios, believe it or not. A lot of Leos and a lot of Scorpios that I've met, and Pisces. And Scorpios are always really great. They're always super creative and smart, and I've always appreciated their presence. They've always been a great friend. One of my first boyfriends ever, he was a Scorpio. He was an amazing partner, and when we broke up, this is high school. When we broke up, it was like he was so healthy and loving about it. Like I've always had, and I'm just fixing my cuff here now all of a sudden. I've just always had really great interactions with Scorpios. So that's my first one. My second one here is that Geminis make great friends, okay? I don't know about dating, but personally, a lot of my friends in high school were Geminis, a lot of them. And they were great friends, really loyal, really trustworthy. If there was drama or tea, we got through it most of the times. And even if it took time, we eventually healed on it. Geminis are great people. I love how chatty they are, because even though I'm a Gemini rising, it takes a lot out of me to really talk and open up and have a conversation. And so many Geminis I know, they'll just start word vomiting to me and just talking about something they are interested in or whatever's going on in their life. And I'm like, yes, talk to me because I'm introverted and I don't know how to start this conversation here, okay? But a lot of Geminis I meet, I know people say they can be two-faced, and like I said, a lot of it really does depend on who they are as a person, right? I'm making very general assumptions based off of one attribute of someone, which is their sun sign. A lot of Geminis are just really smart, and they have they're a sign of communication. So they're just really smart and they know what they're talking about. And even if they don't know what they're talking about, they're funny about it. They'll admit it. I really think Geminis are really great loyal friends, especially if you are true and authentic. If you are a fake bitch, or if you do something in their eyes that make you a fake bitch to them, then they're not going to be as open and as loving to you as they could be. Which is honestly unpopular opinion here. That's true for all of the sun signs. If you are not your most authentic self with them, they're gonna be rude to you. I feel like that's just human nature. But moving into it, this next one I know is going to be controversial, okay? Aries and Leos can actually be really inspiring, but they get a lot of hate for their attitude and their confidence because a lot of people don't have that within themselves. And it's like when people say like you're projecting onto me, it's like people are projecting their own insecurity of I can't own my shit like that. I can't be confident like that. I can't roll with it like that. I can't just be so like naively optimistic about moving forward about things. I feel like that's very much so the energy, because I used to be someone who was like, oh my god, Aries and Leos are like so full of themselves. But then I'm around a lot of Leos. My best friend a long time ago was an Aries, and they're actually really inspiring people. Like there's something about an Aries and a Leo where they just truly believe in themselves, and if they put their mind to it, they're gonna fucking do it. And they're gonna do it, especially if someone's like, oh, there's no way in hell you're gonna be able to accomplish that. And Aries and a Leo is like, oh, you did not just say that to me. And they will like get that shit done, and they will do it better than you would ever have thought they could have done it. Like, honestly, I think Aries and Leos are truly inspiring for the self-confidence they hold, which I do have another opinion about that, which we will come down to and you'll see. But I do admire them for their self-confidence and their motivation and ambition to really ground their dreams into reality. So I personally believe that Pisces and Virgos are the most similar sister signs out of all of the signs, because my sister and I are a Pisces. A lot of the good friends I've met since moving out to where I've moved to, they've been Pisces. My boyfriend is a Pisces. Like, so many people I know are Pisces, and we are opposites, but we get along so well. Like, me and my sister growing up, we bumped heads. What siblings don't fucking fight when they're young? But now that we're adults and we've matured, it's like we get along so well, and we really appreciate each other's opposing energies. And same in my relationship and with my boyfriend, and the relationships I've formed with people that I've met since moving out here. So I personally really appreciate that difference. I feel like a lot of sister signs, there's this really negative energy associated with it, with certain ones. But I really feel like Pisces and Virgos are the most similar opposites. When I do readings for Pisces and for Virgos, which also you can book a tarot reading with me and other spiritual services, linked down below in my link tree. They'll take you to my Instagram and my website. Anyways, whenever I do readings for them, it's like they always have very similar messages. So I just found that very interesting. Another one, this one's pretty funny. I have never met two Tauruses that are the same. Like, every single Taurus I have met is very different from one another. Like, I know Tauruses have the reputation of like luxury and relaxation, and yes, that's true. Like, Tauruses do have that element, but I'm talking about like personality wise. Like, when you meet a Leo, you kind of know they're a Leo. There's that whole trope where they have a tattoo, something about being a Leo on them. But when it comes to a Taurus, I personally have never met a Taurus that is like the other one that I've met. It's so weird. They're all so unique and all so different, which could chalk up to that sign of like relaxation, luxury, taking things on my own time. But that leads me to another one where I have here, Sagittariuses are always so much fun to be around, and they uplift the people they believe in. I've never had an issue with them. On social media, I see all these people, they do those street interviews, and sometimes they ask Zodiac questions. And so many people have an issue with Sagittariuses. I don't know what that's about. Just like Scorpios, like, I get along so well with Sagittariuses. Every Sagittarius I've met really believes in me and really uplifts me. Sagittariuses really appreciate authenticity because they are often, in my opinion, very authentic and true to who they are. They're bubbly, they uplift you, they're dreamers, they They believe the best in you until you show them a reason not to, especially with Sagittariuses. I feel like Sagittarius are the most fun fire sign. They're the ones that'll get you out to go party. They're the ones that'll come make you hang out outside of the house when you get broken up with someone. Like, they are truly fun, uplifting energy, and they're very smart and intuitive. Great business people. Oh my gosh, Sagittariuses are great business people. Like, they could sell you shit so easily. All right, this one I know could be controversial, but if you know a Capricorn, you know Capricorns are the softest, the most gentle, easily wounded sign that there is. You know, Pisces and Cancers often get associated with being hyper emotional. I think Capricorns are, but unlike those two water signs, because a Capricorn is an earth sign, they're more willing to hide that emotion rather than put it onto display. Capricorns that I've gotten close to, they're very emotional and they struggle with very deep, deep emotions. But I would say out of all the earth signs, they are like one of the most stuck and fixed sign. They're the most stubborn. That could be a controversial opinion. I don't know. A lot of people have that opinion about Capricorns. But because they can be in this energy of like, I need to figure this out on my own, they won't reach out for help, which causes them to be very emotional. You know, a lot of Capricorns I know can be passive aggressive. So it's just this energy of they are feeling deep emotions and they take things personally and they don't know how to express that. They don't know how to communicate that. And I think that's why it makes them such emotional people, because they keep it inside and bottle it up, and they hold that against someone for so long sometimes that it turns into a grudge or some kind of soft emotion for them. All right, this one, I have to just say this. Like, Aquariuses are not like that crazy. Like, yeah, they're like kooky fun, but like they're not that crazy. I feel like Aquariuses are pretty normal in terms of like their ideas and how they act. I know this one's probably gonna get someone in the comments like, you are insane. Aquariuses are fucking nuts and you know, but I've met a lot of Aquariuses. Take a shot every time I say I've met a lot of insert signs. Obviously, you know, we talk to people. But the Aquariuses I do come across in the research I do, it's like they're just like normal. Like, they're just normal ass people. Out of all the signs I've met, they're like the most normal. Like the most average, the most normal, like nothing super like stands out about them besides the fact that they're pretty innovative and they can acquire skills fast. But yeah, it's just like Aquariuses are just kind of like normal. I don't know why they get so much hate. Okay, this one I stand by to the day I die. Libras. Libras are baddies. Libras are like that bitch, like that woman, that guy, and they always have their money. They always are like getting their shit together, getting their job together, traveling, doing all this shit. And I personally believe that Libras are the true Taurus. Like, you know how Taurus have that luxury, indulgence, drive. I personally feel like those traits really go heavily with Libras. I see so many, especially Libra women, they're always on the next thing. They're all put together. They're good. They have their money. They're independent. They're doing their thing. They're traveling. Even if they're in relationships, they're like that bitch. And I love Libra women so much. Like, you guys are such queens. Such fucking queens. This one, I'm a little nervous to say, is Cancers are not as complicated and emotional as people act like they are. A Cancer is only negative and toxic to people who they feel betrayed or misunderstood them. Cancers are one of those signs that get told they're emotional, and they're like known for being emotional. And I feel like people just have a problem with people who feel things on a deeper level than them, and they act like being sensitive is a bad thing. I feel like, when you're sensitive, it can give deeper meaning to your emotions in your life. And I feel like, just be clear with the cancer, be clear with the cancer, and they won't act this way. I've had the signs I've had bad interactions with, and I'm just going to say this in general with zodiacs, is like the times I've had negative interactions with any zodiac sign, it's because there was a miscommunication of some kind. So I feel like, a lot of these opinions can kind of loop back around to that factor of just being human and having these miscommunications. So I feel like labeling specific signs as hyper emotional and toxic is not correct when they are just feeling things on a deeper level. Here is the one I was referring to earlier about Aries and Leos, okay? This one might piss a few of you Leos off, but just hear me out. Aries are actually confident in themselves and their goals, while Leos fake it till they make it, okay? Like, I feel like Aries just have that drive in internal and motivation to just prove everyone wrong and do it and achieve that goal and be successful. And I feel like Leos, they get that burst of inspiration, they get that idea, and they head towards it. And as they're heading towards it, they're like, I don't think I can achieve this, but hey, I'm gonna see it through, my guy. And that's how they end up successful. That's what I mean by that. And I just feel like a lot of the Leos I know, they do have a side of insecurity. Same with Aries, but I feel like Aries just like, okay, that's what it is. And Aries unconsciously believes like they're the shit and like they can get that shit done. While a Leo consciously believes that, but also has that little negative thought in the back of their head of what if you don't do that? But it's not strong enough for them to stop, but it's there. And it's a little battle in their head. That's just my opinion. And the last one here I have to throw in, of course, for Virgos. Okay, this is tea, this is truth, this is honest tea from a Virgo, okay? Virgos are not know-it-alls, okay? We just observe everyone and see how people act and then take that info to sound smart. I swear, listen, I am just really observant, okay? I would not say I'm like a smarticle particle. I would say I have street smarts, but book smarts, I don't know about that. When it comes to like spirituality, I really love it because it's my own research. There's not like a specific way I have to do it, but I am not book smart. I'm not a know-it-all. I just watch people. And I've collected my data. If you know me personally, I always say that I'm collecting data through my human experience. So I just watch you, and then just off of watching you for like a couple days or a week, I can just tell you about yourself because I just watched you while you were talking to me nonstop. I was just listening. And that's it. Like, that's it. I'm not this know-it-all. I know we come off as, I told you so, but we told you so because we actually just were paying attention to you, and you're just not used to that. Alright, well, I hope those opinions didn't ruffle too many people's feathers. Of course, this video is just for funsies. We're having fun here. This is just making broad, general assumptions. I do believe in zodiacs and astrology, obviously, but stuff like this is for fun. But don't forget to check out that link to the Facebook group down below. Join. It's a community just for us, and I also have more fun things planned for that community page once it starts to grow more and more. Also, if you want a tarot reading from me or Reiki or other spiritual service like spell work, it'll be linked down below with my link tree. Also, check out my Instagram, click like, subscribe, join the tribe, become a mystical being today. And I'm sending you all so much love and light. Take care.